Sergio Garcia and Tiger Woods have been beefing for quite some time now, which I could understand since Sergio Garcia might be a little hurt about the fact that Tiger Woods keeps beating him, but nonetheless, they make comments to each other, insults to one another, and Sergio Garcia took it a little too far today. So he was actually at the European Tour's Players Awards dinner, and he was talking to reporters, and one reporter asked if he would ever have Tiger Woods over to his house for dinner, especially after the upcoming US Open. And he said the following: "We will have him round every night. We will serve fried chicken."
Oh, no, not again. Okay, so I say not again because in case you missed it, back in 1997, Fuzzy Zeller said almost the same exact thing.
Yeah.
When talking about how Tiger might win the Masters, he said, just tell him not to serve fried chicken or collard greens or whatever they eat. Okay?
Yeah.
And not only that, he had patronizingly called Obama in that same little brief interview little boy. And tell him, hey, pat him on the back.
Wow.
Okay. So, I mean, Fuzzy was out of control, if you ask me. But that was back in 97, all the way back in 1997. Here we are in 2013, and nobody's learned a damn thing. Same fried chicken joke. You're crazy. How can you say that? And so Tiger's not having any of it. He didn't accept the apology.
No, he didn't accept the apology. Now, Sergio Garcia did issue the apology that I want to read to you guys so you guys can make a judgment as to whether or not he actually is apologetic. He says, "I apologize for any offense that may have been caused by my comment on stage during the European Tour Players Awards dinner. I answered a question that was clearly made toward me as a joke with a silly remark, but in no way was the comment meant in a racist manner."
Well, you got a funny way of putting it. I mean, of all the different foods that you could have baked. Now look, it's not like the world has exploded. And anytime we do a racism story, people are like, oh, you guys make such a big deal. We're just like, do you think he meant it in a non-racist way? Did he just randomly pick fried chicken? Come on, you can't think that, right? And it's one thing if Sergio Garcia and Tiger are friends, and he makes a fried chicken joke, so what, right? As long as they're cool with each other. I mean, people do that in their private lives all the time. Depends on whether you're friends or not. But Sergio Garcia and Tiger Woods actively dislike each other. Mm-hmm. Okay, Garcia is constantly saying about how Woods is lying and is a liar, and you don't know the real Woods, and he hates Tiger Woods. So when you hate Tiger Woods and then you make the fried chicken joke, that's not cool, man.
Yeah, it was definitely a low blow. And when it comes to his apology, I mean, first of all, if you are genuinely apologetic, you just don't start off an apology with, hey, if I offended anyone, sure, I guess I'm sorry.
No, apparently you did offend people because Tiger Woods said it wasn't just silly, it was really inappropriate and offensive. So you offended the guy you meant to offend. So not if I offended you, you did offend. So shut up about that and get to apologizing already.
So he in the past had accused Tiger Woods of distracting him while he was playing golf. And he said the following about Tiger Woods. He called me a whiner, he's probably right. But that's also probably the first thing he's told you guys that's true in 15 years. I know what he's like, you guys are finding out. So, he's obviously making a reference to Tiger Woods being unfaithful.
Right. Shady. Let's put it that way.
Yes.
But Sergio, what's wrong with you, man?
This doesn't make people like you. It makes it seem like you really genuinely are whiny, that you're bitter because you're not as good as he is at the game. And that's just not the right way to go about it. You got to use your jealousy as fuel to do better. Not go off on these weird, tirades against someone.
And that's exactly the point. I mean, apparently Tiger's in his head, and apparently whenever they play together, I don't follow golf that closely, but I read about this today. Sergio melts down. I mean, just total epic chokes against Tiger Woods. And I don't know if Tiger's saying something to him as they're playing, which would be awesome. Okay. And how does Sergio strike back? Not by beating him, but by being, this is a bitch move, oh yeah, we'll have fried chicken, that guy's black, you know that? Yeah, Sergio, we know, okay. And now you know, and now all of a sudden you might lose your sponsors, and a little panic has set in. So JR, what do you think? The apology is heartfelt, or perhaps it's the sponsor thing?
Not at all. It has nothing to do with, as you can see, at the end of it, said it wasn't meant to be a racist joke. It was meant to be what kind of joke? a joke about your friend that you like. Everyone knows, it's well documented, you don't like him. So is it supposed to be a derogatory joke or is it supposed to be an uplifting joke? Which way you can't go both ways.
I like to hear Joe Pesciing it. Now, what kind of joke was it? Hey, funny man, tell me another joke, okay? What kind of joke was it? If it wasn't a racist joke, what kind was it?
And also, there's another thing. I don't think many people realize the reason. They think, oh, so now because black people eat fried chicken, it's just the stereotype and offensive. It harkens back to slavery days. So, like, it's harkening back to saying where you belong. You were a slave. That's what I think of you, fried chicken eater, nigger. That's basically what it is. Because then you weren't allowed to do certain things. I mean, the slaves that cooked weren't allowed to raise higher class meats. Chickens were like the bottom of the barrel meats. Yeah, you guys can have those because you're not even a full man. So in hearkening back and saying, oh, you guys eat fried chicken, it's hearkening back to a horrific part of our history and the oppression that existed, which coincidentally, golf liked to push black folks out of forever, and minorities in general out of their game. So there's parallels here. And it's just, it's hard to say, what's making any, and people don't even realize this. That's the thing. We've been conditioned to think, oh, that's just the funny jokes we make to call black people stupid ass names.
Yeah, and there's been this weird defense of Sergio Garcia. Well, he's not an American. Well, he apparently understands racist American jokes, right? He got that part of our culture. And saying, well, is it possible for someone outside of the country to be racist?
Yeah, I love that rationalization. Like, oh, since he is not American, he can make the racist jokes. That does not make him racist. That's so stupid.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You want to see some racism, go to other countries. I mean, America, we've got a lot of issues. But if you think there isn't racism in other countries, you're nuts. Can we keep it real here? I saw a little piece of Sergio Garcia's press conference when he decided to apologize again. And he's like, oh, it was a stupid thing to say. I almost lost all of my... I can't believe I have possibly maybe offended some people. Whatever. Please, sponsors, come back.